Hey guys, so this week I have chosen to talk a little bit about reflections on my past year journey doing CrossFit, simply because it is the new year. So I've spent some time thinking over the past year what's changed and just looking forward where I want to go with certain things. So the reason I chose to talk about this is because as a healthcare provider, I often get people saying, why do you support CrossFit and what's so great about it? And isn't it dangerous? And don't people get injured doing that? And there's a lot to unpack there. And we can do that at a different time. But for today, I just want to talk about how it's changed me as a person over the past year, physically and mentally, because it's done both, and both have been really beneficial for me. So interestingly enough, it actually got me in much better shape. Which I never thought I was in bad shape before, and I wasn't really. I was fairly active. I could run 5-6 miles, no problem. I could lift weights and stuff, but it forced me to exercise at a higher intensity than I would voluntarily choose to do so. And in doing so, my performance in the gym and running actually improved just by way of doing CrossFit as a little bit of a cross-training type of thing, which I didn't expect to do. It also pushes me to do things that I don't particularly like doing, like jumping activities, which is really good for me, and I should do them, and I know that. It's just I will never choose to do them on my own. So if I'm in a group of 10 other people doing them, I will do them. So that's been good for me. But it's also, I've noticed, improved my coordination. And I'm not like a super uncoordinated person, but I'm not like super coordinated either. But I've noticed, like, when I trip and fall, I catch myself faster, or full body movements are just easier. So just maneuvering in tight spaces, maybe getting up off the floor, like it was never hard, but now it's like even easier, which is weird because I never, like, looking back, I would say it was more difficult and now it's easier. And it's just interesting for me, like, I'm in my 20s and I notice a significant improvement with all of those tests. How much more would someone who's 40, 50, 60 improve and progress if they did something similar, scaled appropriately, of course, and how much of a difference in their longevity and life would that make? I think it would make quite a bit. But that's a little bit of a tangent. And then probably the most important thing it changed, because all this physical stuff is great, and it's been helpful, it's been nice, it's been awesome, I've enjoyed it, but it's changed me mentally, I would say, more than physically. Before, I was very much like, I exercised for the visual appearance of it. Like, if I run this much, I'll look like this, and that was the goal. But CrossFit changed that for me, and it put me mentally in a much better space. It didn't become about what I would look like, it became about what I could do. So instead of like going to the gym because this will keep me in good shape, I'll look nice, etc., 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 all the body image stuff, it became more about like, well, how powerful can I be? How much can I deadlift? How much can I squat? How fast can I run that? And that in and of itself took me mentally to a really good place. And I really appreciated that about CrossFit and really value that and the supportive community around CrossFit. And interestingly enough, with doing CrossFit, I got in better shape. So I also actually gained weight. Over the past year, I managed to gain about 15 pounds, half of which is actually muscle. I got a DEXA done, which is like the gold standard for body composition, because I was curious. I was like, well, if I gained 15 pounds, is this good? Is this bad? Like, what happened? And the results of it were very intriguing to me, but very encouraging and kind of cool and fun. It really reinforced for me mentally, like, it's really about what you can do, not about what you look like, and just enjoying the journey and letting it take you where it takes you. So CrossFit has changed me a lot as a person, physically and mentally, over the past year. It's been a very good thing though. And as a healthcare professional, I do fully support it. The injury rates are the same or less than other sports. And it's not that scary, intimidating thing that it can look like. I definitely thought it was when I joined, and being very athletic myself, I was intimidated to join CrossFit. But I'm very, very glad I did, because it's only made a positive impact in my life. So just wanted to share my thoughts about CrossFit and kind of how it's changed me over the past year. Over the next 4 weeks in January will be all about back pain, but since it is the new year, I wanted to take a couple minutes and talk about something reflective and something seasonally appropriate. So hope you all have a good New Year's and a good night.